with Evan Qualls at oh shit, what's the name? Space City
City Tattoo Convention.
The first annual, and it seems like it's going well, man. This place is
I like
packed.
it so far. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's nice and small and quaint.
Yeah, the place is nice too.
It is. Are you staying here?
Yeah, for sure. There's a mall outside. Went to BJ's, got pizza yesterday.
We went there last night. I drank too much. I'm just now recuperating.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. It's actually, I had no idea what to expect coming to Huntsville, and we pulled in here, and I was like, shit, this place is pretty nice.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I don't want to say nothing, but I totally thought the same thing. You know, I was like, dang, I don't, like, no expectation. But
I kind of felt like we passed through some really small towns coming here, like Corinth, Mississippi, and I was like, I feel like this is what Huntsville is going to be like. But we got
here. For sure. We went through a bunch of, like, neighborhoods and residential areas, and it took 3 hours to go 100 miles. So.
Yeah. Having to slow down for every small town. What? So you're coming? You drove from Tampa straight here?
Yeah, I drove from Tampa, working at Night Owl Tattoo, and drove up 8 or 9 hours, and I just came on up. You know.
Anyone else from your shop here, or is it just you?
No, it's just me right now.
Who else is at? Anyone else we would know at your shop?
Night Owl Tattoo is Billy Toller. Myself, Bree Stein, Mark Driz, Joe Lemire, Ashley Stover, and we're the Night Out Tampa shop. Timmy runs the Night Out up in Northampton, Massachusetts.
Right.
And then Travis Broyles, shout out Travis, out in Everett, Washington, or outside Seattle. Don't hate me if I got that wrong.
Right. So there's 3 Night Owls?
3, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we made it the 3rd. We've been open for about 2 months.
Okay.
And I figured I'd come out here and hang out in Huntsville.
Yeah. I saw it. I mean, there was a decent social media kind of posting whenever you guys opened.
We were hoping for, for
I
sure.
saw it come through. Of course, I follow Timmy, and I saw it on some of
his. Shout out Tim. What's up?
Yeah, man. It's one of the absolute best. I've never met him, but he's
Tim's my
awesome.
dude.
And you've got a full sleeve from him. I didn't know he's ever done a full sleeve.
One of the only. Don't hate me, Tim.
Yeah. And he's so, I mean, every time I see something that he does, of course, my mind's always blown. I'm always like, I want to see him do something big. I want to see something big and crazy.
I think it's cool when people come up and they're like, oh, let me look at your arm or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's cool.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I met people that, like, are like, don't want the attention, and I'm like, you got an awesome tattoo. What are you doing, man? You went through all that pain and time.
There's a guy right across from you that has a super nice piece from Timmy on his side of his neck. I didn't catch his name, but did you see it?
I haven't yet.
Oh my God, man, it's so good, and his work stands out. Like so many people, you can see it from across the room. You're like, oh, I know who did that.
Yeah, for sure.
So you've been tattooing how long?
5 years outside of an apprenticeship.
Man, yeah, you've come a long ways really quickly.
I hope so.
What do you credit that to?
I don't know. I met a lot of people I work with now, like Timmy and Billy early on.
Yeah.
And it's, I came up under mentor Rick Sharp and out of Cookville, and I don't know, it's just cool to be able to work around these guys, and I don't know, I'm fortunate just because of that, honestly.
And you obviously picked up a lot really quickly. I noticed, I knew that I knew your name, and I just flipping through your portfolio before you came up, I realized why. You did a collaboration with Aaron Springs.
Mr. Aaron Springs, what up, dog?
He was on our show just a few weeks ago. If you guys remember, Aaron was on.
Shout out Aaron. We're doing Detroit next 2 weeks.
Are you? Yeah. Well, cool, man. He's been tattooing about the same period of time, huh? Somewhere around that?
The guy's slaying it, man.
He is. He's so good. What was that like? How do you, was that your first collaboration with that?
First one like that process was ridiculous. It took more than saying all day, it was a random idea that we had, and we put it out there, and somebody that heard about it picked it up, and we were at Buffalo Wild Wings, man, and Aaron's like, all right, let's go draw. So we split out of there and went and drew till 4 in the morning, woke up, finished it, put it on him, and tattooed till 4 in the morning,
Wow.
There's a video of that on YouTube if you check out my channel. Collaboration between me and Aaron Springs.
Oh man, we'll check that out. We'll make sure we get that, and we'll. What is it? Go ahead.
It's at Red Dagger in Houston, Texas. His home shop. A lot of friends out there. Shout out Red Dagger.
Yeah, so. we podcasted with Aaron and Abel Sanchez at the last show. Man. We did a show with Stephen Compton, but that never aired because we had audio issues, and just missed out on Sean Will. We're gonna try to catch up with him at another show, but he was tattooing like a madman all weekend. He had no free time.
Shout out to their new dude Mason Shamato out in Red Dagger.
Yeah, see, I don't know if I've seen.
Yeah,
his work
Mason's one of their newer guys. He was working with us out in at our other shop before we went to Night Out, and he went out there. So I'm super close to all those guys.
Yeah, they all seem like great guys, and they're all just stellar, just doing incredible work.
I don't know. It's cool because knowing them is like, I don't know. Definitely like no egos with those guys, you know, and I think that's really cool to be around, you know, kind of thing. I don't know.
That helps. That grows the art form so much more than say whenever I got into it in the mid '90s, when it was a very closed circuit and there were a lot of people out to sabotage. There was no real camaraderie between shops. A lot of people were out to sabotage other people. Apprenticeships were hard to come by, you know, things like that. It was, and obviously since that has changed, and social media has opened that up a lot, and then you can see the quality of work. Like guys like you tattooing 4 or 5 years that are doing work that people tattooing 15 plus years couldn't have been doing, you know, in the 90s. So.
I mean, thanks, man.
Yeah,
I don't see it that way, you know. I'm just trying to learn and like tattoo, and it's cool to be around these guys, you know. I always thought like the 5-year mark was a milestone for sure, because when I got tattooed, the guy who was tattooing me was I think at the 5-year mark, and I don't know, man, that just always kind of seemed to me like 5-year intervals will kind of tell you where you're at,
right?
You know, or where you could go.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a good. I think that's a good base. You know, it takes a while to figure it out technically, and it takes a while to kind of find your own natural mark making within, you know, because it's going to change, but you can't make the same marks with a tattoo machine as you can with.
I think showing influence over imitation all day, every day.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
a good way to think of it.
And people need to see it as one way or the other, you know, rather than like jumping to opinions or conclusions, you know, for sure. Because there's a lot of that in this industry, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. What I watched you kind of build this tattoo that turned out really nicely. Hopefully, we can grab a photo of the piece that
if he was running around, I'd tell him to come on over here.
Yeah, we can get some right now.
Yeah.
You had your process is really deliberate. You get your line work in, and then you do a lot of kind of heavy black, not necessarily gray shading, but you establish your light source and get some strong contrast in the front end, and then you start to soften and blend and get into your color. Is that something that you learned from those guys like Timmy and Aaron and guys like that, or is that the way that you worked before you started tattooing? Or?
I mean, I got tattooed by all these guys, and I want to say to anyone out there listening, get tattooed by people. Watch them work. You know, looking at a tattoo can only do so much. You know, at the same time, nobody's doing anything magical. Everyone's doing the same stuff with their hands. Nobody's Houdini putting in red and black, you know, kind of shit. You know, you're fading colors, and that's cool. Just I don't know, just seeing these guys, I remember the first time I saw a great tattoo, and I don't know, like the first time you see a good tattoo, you're like, whoa, you know? It kind of blew my mind. So when I saw that possibility, because everyone that doesn't like tattoos sheds a light on that's going to look like crap or this, that, and the other, and they don't boast about, oh, there's great work out there. So when you see it, I don't know, it just showed me possibilities in it rather than what I had seen. And and then I guess being around everybody helped. Yeah, a lot.
I think of most artists that have stuck with this for a long time or got into this and made a career out of it remember when they first saw a tattoo that was next level. Like they thought they knew what good tattoos were, and then they saw one and they were like, "Oh, I didn't know the tattoos could look like that. That's completely different." I remember seeing.
I remember where I was. Like it was like some holiday or something. Oh man, I mean for real, it was I just moved to Texas to work at No Surrender with Zach Ross, and shout out Zach, and they had just gotten some magazine that they were featured in, like an interview, and I thought that was the biggest shit at the time because I was some apprentice that got to move, and I was like, what, you know? And I see the person bringing it in has this Timmy tattoo, you know, and I was like, what, you know? And I just saw all these great tattoos, and it blew my mind. I remember where I was. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. For real.
Awesome. I can remember. Do you know Randy Muller from Eye Candy? He's an incredible tattooer in his own, but he was coming from Chicago. He'd just gotten his whole leg done by Guy, and he stopped through our shop to do a week's guest spot. So this tattoo was like maybe 8 or 10 hours old whenever I saw this Guy Atchison leg piece that was like this skull with the mouth open, and it was the first time I'd seen all those textures and that gnarly stuff in person, and it was all in like whites and ochres. It was really like stuff I would never have thought to try. And I saw it and I was just like, I couldn't stop looking at it. I was like, I didn't know that was, how did he even, like, what, walk me through that process. What was he doing? I can't wrap my brain around it. So yeah, it completely changes your outlook.
I mean, a lot of cats in the game, man, I can't even understand where they're going with their stuff, man, because like some people are just so incredible, and even people like tattooing seriously like 2 years into the game are killing it way more than I am, man, hands down.
It's amazing. Yeah, it is. It really is. Back for a second, we kind of glazed over the collaboration with Aaron, but what if anything, what do you think you kind of drew from that? How did you approach it? Was it passing the drawing back and forth? Was it working at the same time?
All right, so Aaron's my dude. Shout out Aaron again. And we went back to his crib, and I think we wanted to do a Viking, and that's what we ended up doing if you watch the video. And we wanted to do a Viking, and I know Aaron's gonna kill a portrait way more than I ever will. I'm not afraid to admit it, for sure. So I was like, yo, you're doing the face.
Right.
I'll do like the helmet or the beard or something, you know, and that's kind of what we rolled on.
Okay.
And, you know, we started from square one. I figured draw the face, draw the beard to that, and fit a helmet to it.
Right.
You know? Rather than like me trying to draw something to fit to his drawing. Like, it was kind of, he drew his face, and then I kind of drew some loose stuff, and then in the morning I kind of refined it. He did the line drawing, or I did, I can't remember. And man, I don't know, it was a cool experience for sure.
And then as far as the tattooing goes, did you go, because it's not a huge tattoo,
we hop back and forth. Cody, sorry bro, I hope that tattoo healed great, man. And I appreciate you for getting it, man. But that was the longest day of his life, for sure, man. You can see it in the video.
Well, what do you think, because like, it looks like technically you've solved most issues that new tattooers go through. What would you say now you struggle with more than anything? Do you know, is there anything in particular?
I've had a lot of people comment on my black in tattoos, and
how so?
I kind of have a love-hate relationship. I don't know. I feel like black can defeat the purpose of trying to make something look dimensional if it's carried out too far.
Okay.
You know, like you lose your effect.
Sure.
But then a lot of people are like, oh man, I like it because it's just black. You know? So I'm trying to find that nice like silver lining in there, you know? For sure.
You don't, I mean, looking at the piece that you just did yesterday, you use a lot of heavy black, but you use it to describe exactly how a form turns, and I thought you used it just right. But I know what you're saying. People will kind of like push that so far that they flatten it back out.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm guilty of that, you know, and all day. And when people are like, no, that's awesome, I've got my thoughts in the back of my head that's like, you know, here, me artistically, I could have maybe taken it a different direction or something, you know? Working with Aaron on that collab helped me understand kind of like value and stuff. And I think art basics is, and I was saying this yesterday to this guy, I believe in art way more than what a tattooer can teach you, in the light of, I don't know, man, maybe somebody's doing something cool, but they might not be doing it artistically correct, and there's no rules to art, but like, you know, your art basics will tell you how to do something,
right?
You know, rather than some tattooer that might be keeping his tricks to himself, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. I think that's well put. A lot of times people they'll like take just like a traditional Americana style or something like that, where people do this kind of deadhead shading, and you can't really, they don't describe the light source very well. And I understand that stylistically that's the approach they were going for, but I do think it's important to understand the rules that you're breaking, so you know why you're breaking them. So you really should know how light works to know why you're going against that rule.
I mean, man, I mean, we could go all day on that, and I feel like in tattoos there aren't necessarily rules, but no rules, and things look the way they do to promote longevity in a tattoo. Right. I get it, you know.
Yeah. But still having some sense of believability in the piece is pretty nice.
I feel like some cats that want to learn some stuff should go back to the art basics rather than.
Just
I don't know. You can find out from a tattoo artist, but you can find out from your art teachers in school and art basics. Man, I went back to my art teacher and I told him, shout out Mr. White, and man, I told him everything you made me do, like writing down definitions of like bird's eye view and like 3/4 profile and stuff like that. I didn't want to do that stuff. I was like, let me draw something cool, man. I took art to draw, man. You know. And, other than that, I don't know. That's everything you use in tattooing, you know. So like,
yeah, absolutely. And you know, we do a technique series as well, where just these short little videos of either technical things or drawing technical things or whatever. And we talk a lot about the value of going back, of working in other mediums, looking at other artists. So many times people look at the tattooers that they like and they draw from those tattooers.
And you're gonna somewhat imitate that style the more you do that. And I was told that early on in the game, and after that, man, I mean, I love what's going on in the industry, and I look at all of it, you know, and I keep up with everybody, you know, but at the same time, I don't know, I'm not into looking at a tattoo to draw something, because I feel like you're just going to draw what you're seeing. So why not get some, I don't know, just a lot of people.
When you're drawing from a stylized version, like something that someone else has already translated stylistically, then you don't have the information you need to make your own marks.
And you know, what if that person's stuff looks dope, but what if it's not maybe right or like realistic? And like I said, no rules, but I mean, and everyone has their own, whether they're artists or not. Who was Jeff Hine was talking? We were talking once, a painter, and he was talking about some experiment that was done where they put people in a room saying they were going to have some type of experiment, like 15 people, and then they just left them there with nothing but pens and pads, and of course everyone sits down and starts doodling. That's rad.
What they didn't realize is that was the experiment. They were going to check, kind of look at mark. Everyone.
That's art right there, man.
Everyone. These weren't even artists. Everyone made. Very unique marks. Some people kind of crosshatch, some people did little circles, some people, you know, they just doodled. But everyone had like unique fingerprints of the way that they made marks without realizing it. You know what I mean? It's almost like it's almost like a fingerprint. Like they had a way that they made marks, just like you and I have different fingerprints.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You know what I mean? So it's like everyone made their own marks. And I think when you're like, if I look at the scorpion you just did, and I'm like, man, I love that scorpion. I'm gonna use that to draw from. I'm trying to use your fingerprint. I can't. I have my own way. I have my own way of drawing, and I'm cheating myself whenever I look at your work and try to draw instead of looking at a scorpion.
Because I might not have drawn it right. I don't know.
You might not have drawn it right. Who knows? But you drew it right for you. You might not have drawn it right.
Yeah, I was looking at a scorpion when I was trying to draw a scorpion.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's a great point.
Some people make something look cool, but I don't know.
Yeah, but it may not be the best way for you to make.
Yeah, for sure. What's right for somebody might not be right for everybody.
Yeah. Cool. Where do you see going from here? I guess you love it down in Tampa.
I love Tampa, where I'm at. Shout out Billy Toller at Night Owl. I don't know, man.
Weather's always nice.
Weather's cool, man. I wish it was more overcast like it is here, to tell you the truth. Right. I'm from Tennessee, man, so I mean, not to say Tennessee's cloudy, but I don't know, I just like overcast for sure.
What about the tattoo culture there? Is there pretty good, I mean, is it
I mean, we're new to Tampa, so I'm excited to see what's going on. There's a lot of awesome shops like Red Letter One, and past that, man, I don't really know too much. Scott Olive's shop is about Sarasota, I believe, and there's a few people out and about in St. Pete and then in Jacksonville, so it's cool. I don't think it's too huge, you know, but
good enough to stay steady there.
Yeah, for sure. There's a scene there for sure, or at least clients, you know, for sure. Maybe not a scene. I've never. I don't know. The Tampa show is really cool. I enjoy it, but a lot of people come from elsewhere, you know, rather than a real home Tampa show, you know. So.
Still plan on traveling a lot moving forward?
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
Kind of one of the best benefits of this job.
Yeah, I love it, man, and I always wanted to do that, you know, and I never thought drawing on people would
take you there.
Do that. And it's, man, I'm fortunate, man. That's it. End of the
Sweet,
day.
man. Well, cool. People want to find you at Evan Qualls?
I'm on Instagram at EvanQ, and YouTube. My YouTube channel is just my name, Evan Qualls, and you can find me on Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr. Kind of all of them.
It's a pretty unique
I only
name.
post to Instagram. I chain through all of them, though.
That's what I do. I don't
Secret's
know.
out.
Yeah, exactly. They should just have one big one, and then we wouldn't have to worry about it.
That's what I'm saying too. But like, all of them are the same, man.
It's all the same. I did the exact same thing. Man, thanks for coming out.
Hey, bro, thank you for having me, man.
Thank you guys. TattooImprovement.com. Sign up
Space
for our
City
newsletter. And Space City. Thanks, Space City.